Hey guys, welcome back. All right, I hope you're ready for the vaccine passport because it's coming. I'm going to show you how this might be able to tie in the Bible, maybe not. We'll see. You'll tell me at the end of this video if you think I'm crazy. But if this is your first time here or been here multiple times, the best thing you can do for this channel to help it grow is to share and subscribe. And then I read all the comments. I love all the comments that people put on here. Let me know where you're from. And then if you want any Bible topics discussed, go ahead and throw them in the comments. So every single comment that comes through, I do read. I love reading about them. So let's jump into this. So I just want to start here, because I realize that for a long time, people are saying, hey, the world's going to end. This is Revelation. So I just want to point this out here. I don't think enough people put these scriptures in here. So this is starting in Matthew 24:36. It says, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So no one knows when Revelation is going to start. So I just like to throw these two scriptures in there. Another one, Mark 13:32, but of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. So, but I think we can all agree that there's some strange things happening. And the Bible, all through Revelation, talks about some type of one world government. There's going to be a mark. I put out a video, I believe it was maybe a month or two ago, talking about the COVID vaccine. Of course, I don't think it's the mark of the beast, but I feel like what's happening in the world is we're being conditioned for these things. If you look at the United States right now, I guess across the whole world, you have the lockdowns, and specifically in the United States, you have the First Amendment, that's free speech getting trampled on. You have, certain people who want to take the Second Amendment away. You take those two away, the whole Constitution falls apart. But I have a couple friends who are traveling from state to state just on vacation, or going back to see their families, and there's checkpoints at state lines checking people for vaccines. I did a video a few months ago, and it talked about a company in Wisconsin that already microchips its employees. So they basically embed this microchip in their hand, and they wave it across a vending machine, and food or a drink or something will pop out. So this technology already exists. But I just think it's interesting the way the world is going, is we definitely have the technology capabilities to maybe do some type of mark that the Bible talks about. But again, I don't think this is it, but I think this is an interesting article, and we're being conditioned of what's about to happen. So let's jump into this. It's not too long, but I thought it was super interesting. And it seems like the last few months, I've been putting out a lot of these articles that getting in the stadiums, if you want to watch like a football game or something, there's going to be people testing you, see if you have the COVID, the virus or not. So let's jump into this. And here it is, the vaccine passport. In the near future, and this comes from, let's see, New York Times, and this came out at this time 9 days ago, so not too long ago. So I'm sure with the next couple of weeks, something else will be updated. So here it is. In the near future, travel may require digital documentation showing that passengers have been vaccinated or tested for the coronavirus. Answers to your questions. Among governments and those in the travel industry, a new term has entered the vocabulary, vaccine passport. So new term. One of the president's executive orders aimed at curbing the pandemic asked government agencies to assess the feasibility of linking coronavirus vaccine certificates with other vaccination documents and producing digital versions of them. Denmark's government said on Wednesday that in the next 3 to 4 months, it will roll out a digital passport that will allow citizens to show they have been vaccinated. It isn't just governments that are suggesting vaccine passports. In a few weeks, Etihad, I don't know how you say that, Etihad, Airways, and Emirates will start using a digital travel passport. If someone knows how to say that, I didn't mean to bash it. Developed by the International Air Transport Association to help passengers manage their travel plans and provide airlines and governments documentation that they have been vaccinated or tested for COVID-19. The challenge right now is creating a document, here it is, a document or app that is accepted around the world. That protects privacy and is accessible to people regardless of their wealth or access to smartphones. Here's what we know about the current status of digital vaccine passports. What is a vaccine pass or passport? A vaccination pass or passport is documentation proving that you have been vaccinated against COVID-19. Some versions will also allow people to show that they have tested negative for the virus and therefore can more easily travel. The versions being worked on now by airlines, industry groups, nonprofits, and technology companies will be something you can pull up on your mobile device as an app or part of your digital wallet. It's about trying to digitize a process that happens now and make it into something that allows for more harmony and ease, making it easier for people to travel between countries without having to pull out different papers for different countries and different documents at different checkpoints, said Nick Kareen, Senior Vice President for Airport, Passenger, Cargo, and Security at IATI. Mr. Kareen has been leading IATI's Travel Pass initiative. And what's interesting, you're reading about this, so this is just the fly, and there's already articles popping out that movie theaters, they're going to want to start seeing this. And again, if you go to like a basketball game or something, or some sporting event, maybe some music event or something, you're going to have some type of passport to get in. And if you don't have that, there's people that actually go there and just test you for the vaccine. So I keep thinking of this, how soon is it that maybe you walk into a Target or a grocery store and they're like, hey, you can't come in here, you haven't had the vaccine. Tell me if you think I'm crazy, if that's out of the question. And who knows, maybe this year, this whole thing just goes away, everything goes back to normal. Jesus might not be coming back another 100 years. It's very possible, so no one knows. And I realize a lot of this stuff has happened in the past, so I think the way things have been going, things have been conditioning. And I find it very feasible that at some point in the future, it might just be, hey, you need one of these to walk in the indie store. And this kind of sets things up for what's to come. IATA is one of several organizations that have been working on digital solutions to streamline the travel credentialing process for years. So they've already been working on this. This isn't just some pandemic-related thing. They've been trying to implement this, so this gives them a way to go ahead and do this. These groups have focused on including vaccination status. The idea is that if you have all the pertinent information on your phone, a significant amount of time will be saved. In addition to IATA, IBM has been developing its own digital health pass. What's interesting, I really haven't heard the name IBM for a very long time, so it would be interesting. It's kind of like Apple, what was it, like 10, 15 years ago before the phones came out, they were basically non-existent. You didn't hear about them much until they developed that smartphone and their name came back. So it'd be interesting if this goes through, if you start hearing this name more. Just my thoughts. IBM has been developing its own digital health passport that would enable individuals to present proof of vaccination or a negative test to gain access, here it is, just listen to this, to a public location, here it is, such as a sports stadium, airplane, university, or workplace. The pass built on IBM's blockchain technology can utilize multiple data types, including temperature checks, virus exposure notifications, test results, and vaccine status. The World Economic Forum and the Commons Project Foundation, a Swiss nonprofit group, have been testing a digital passport called Common Pass, which would allow travelers to access testing or vaccination information. The pass would generate a QR code that could be shown to authorities. So, why would I need a vaccine pass or passport? As more people are inoculated, there will likely be aspects of public life in which only people who have been vaccinated are allowed to participate. Listen to this. Take the upcoming Super Bowl in Tampa, Florida. So obviously that happened like a week ago, where a significant portion of attendees will be vaccinated healthcare workers. Mr. Kareen of IATA and said that sporting organizations, concert venues, and tourism agencies have all reached out for identification tech support. So these companies are already reaching out, all these different stores and organizations. So I think you'll definitely see, you're going to see more stores and companies reaching out to go ahead and get this before you can go into their stores. Say, hey, you have to have this passport or you're not coming in. I don't think that's out of the question. And again, I just want to put out there, this could go away, might not be anything. This could just be a waste of a video, and a year down the road, COVID's gone, we're all good to go, life back to normal. Who knows? In order to travel internationally, government and health authorities will need to know if you have been vaccinated or have tested negative for the virus. Many countries are already requiring proof of a negative test for entry. Such passes could be essential to restarting the tourism industry, so there's money. It's always about money, said Zareb, however you spell his last name, Secretary General of the United Nations World Tourism Organization. So that's it, just a small video. I just thought it was super interesting. I think we're living in this stage. We have the technology capabilities, maybe input some type of chip, whether it's a tattoo or whatever. And again, this might not be anything. This could just all blow over. It was just a bunch of hype and we're good to go. I hope that's the way it is, for real. So again, no one knows when Jesus is coming back. It tells you right there. So we'll see what happens. But if you're not a Christian, I love this scripture. This is how you do it. This comes from the New Testament, Romans 10, 9, and 10. See, the difference between Christianity and all the other religions, and I wouldn't even call Christianity a religion, it's just a way of life, is it's a free gift of salvation. If you look at all the other religions, it talks about works, that you have to do something to get to heaven. This is a free gift. It's amazing how simple this is, but so many people won't do it. So let me show you how right here. Romans 10, 9, and 10, that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, shall believe in thine heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. For with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. So the time is getting close. More people need to do this. All you do is it's a simple prayer. You don't need me to do it or someone else. You just say it out loud in your room. Say, hey, Jesus, I'm a sinner. I believe you died for my sins, and I want you to come into my life. I believe you died. You rose 3 days later. I believe in your crucifixion and resurrection, and I'm lost, and I want you to be in my life, and I want you to take over. That's all you have to do. It's so simple, and you have to believe in your heart. And then I would just go get a Bible. I prefer King James. Go in the New Testament and start with the book of John. It's the fourth book in, and it talks about the birth of Jesus all the way his crucifixion and resurrection. So that's it. And again, share, subscribe, comment. I love reading all the comments. Those are the top things you can do to help this channel grow. And I'll see you guys next time.